All right, we're just gonna get started because this is a bit of a long one. So we're gonna start with foundation and just put that on the top half of our face. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Coverage Pro Matte, Full Coverage Foundation. And I actually really love this foundation, but for some reason it would not cover that monstrous sit on my forehead. So please don't judge it by that. It's actually a really good foundation. The L'Oreal Infallible line is like amazing if you need a drugstore foundation. Next, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun Loose Powder just to set that foundation. So anywhere I put foundation, we're putting this powder over it, just generously and with no abandon. All right, next I did my eyebrows. Look at those. And then I dropped my camera. And then when I put my camera back and realized it was upside down, I put it back on my mirror so we would have a little bit of a closer angle. So now we're close up, guys. I'm also recording this on my phone in case you can't tell. Next, I'm going to use this Morphe palette, and I'm going to go in with the lightest shade and just set any of the foundation that I have on my eyes as kind of a primer. We're just going in and setting that so I don't have any weird smudges or anything happening. Next, I'm going to use this light brown shade and just pull it into my crease. That is my Sigma blending brush that I'm using. I'm going to use that brush for a majority of the stuff I do on my eyes. I'm not really caring that much about my eyes because that's not going to be the main focus of this look. But like I said, just going right in the crease, and then I'm going to go in with a slightly darker brown, and in that exact same spot on the exact same brush, we're just blending it out. Next, I'm going to go in with this kind of reddish brown and go right again in that same spot with the same brush. So, like I said, this is not an intricate, confusing look. Next, I'm going in with this oval mop brush that I have from Hobby Lobby, not a makeup brush, but a paintbrush. I'm going in with this purpley shade, and I'm just going to put that in the outer corners of my eye and then bring it up into my crease a little bit just to give a little something extra. Next, I'm going in with this Kat Von D palette, and I'm going to use this white shimmery shade. I'm going to put that just above below my brow bone, on my brow bone, below my brow, that place that you can see me putting it. I'm also putting it a little bit in my inner corner just to brighten that area up a little bit. Next, I'm going in with my mop brush again, no extra product, just to blend any of those creases out that I just created by adding that white. Next, I'm going in with this silvery sparkle shade from this Kat Von D palette again, just any silver, sparkly, light, bright shade will work. I'm just putting it on my inner corners to kind of lift them up a little bit. Like you can see, it makes them just a little bit brighter. Any of this is optional. Your whole eye look could be something different. I just did this because it was quick and easy. Next, I'm going in with my Essence Gel Pencil. This pencil is amazing. It says that it's waterproof, and a lot of pencils claim that, but this one actually is. Like, nothing stays in my waterline, and this one I can take a shower and I still have eyeliner on, so it's good in my book. So, like I said, I'm just making all these beautiful faces and tightlining my eyes, and then I'm also going to go in my waterline with those as well. Next, I'm going in with a pencil brush, and I'm just going to take one of those purpley reddish shades and just bring it under my lash line just to blend this black out a little bit. Next, I'm going in with my normal bronzer and just bronzing up the tops of my foreheads. And I'm not doing anything to my cheekbones because it's going to be covered in blood and guts and other gross stuff. Next, I'm going in with this Essence Superfine eyeliner pen. It's like a felt tip pen. And I'm just going to go in and create a quick winged eyeliner. This is how I've been doing my winged eyeliner lately. It's been working for me. I can only show you. I can't really explain what I'm doing. I'm basically just doing a straight line across, and then I flick it out towards the end of my eyebrow. I always use that as a guide as to where I want the flick to go. If that doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. Text me and I'll explain it to you. Alright, now I put on some false eyelashes. These are just cheap ones that I have from AliExpress. They were like $3 for a pack of 6. And now I'm putting on the liquid latex. So what I learned in the beginning of this process is that I need more liquid latex. This thin layer that I'm doing right now, not enough. Don't do this. Do a much thicker layer. Throughout this whole process, I basically learned how to do it. This is my first time ever doing this. So the essence of it is going to be liquid latex and then some sort of material, so either cotton or a tissue, which has been split in half, which is what I use to start with. Each one will give you a different kind of texture, so it's fun to just play with it and see what you want, what you're going for. So you put the liquid latex down, then you put your medium down, and then you go back in with liquid latex, kind of like a sandwich, and you make sure you saturate whatever you're using. So the nap or the tissue paper or the cotton ball. See, this ripping is happening because there's not enough liquid latex on my skin. I needed a thicker layer. If I had a thicker layer, it wouldn't be ripping like that. Trial and error. Even though mine did rip, it still helps the whole illusion because I'm going for that ripped skin or decaying skin look anyway. So I just kind of worked the rips into my look. Make sure before you use liquid latex that you are not allergic to latex, because you don't want to slather this all over your face if you have a latex allergy, because I don't want to be responsible for that. Next, you're just going to peel off any of the excess material that you have and just continue on the rest of your face. This is me going in with an unrolled cotton ball. I learned a little bit more that you need a little bit more latex. I'm still not at the amount of latex that I actually need. I get that more towards the end. Like I said, just go ahead and continue to do this all around your face. I pretty much kept alternating between cotton and tissue paper. I tend to like the way the cotton looks better, but I think laying down the tissue paper first kind of gives it a good base, if you will, to lay on. Right now I'm forming like kind of an edge while it's still a little bit wet. Just an edge to like see where my normal face is and where my face exploded, if you will. I'm also pulling out little pieces to kind of create holes that I can then fill with the darker color, which would be like fresh blood, I guess. And then make sure you let it dry. And when it's like halfway dry, I went through and pulled a couple more pieces out just to get it more where I wanted. And when I was pulling around my mouth, I ended up pulling too much off, which if that happens, don't worry, you can just go back in, and I just put a cotton ball basically over my mouth, yep, and then just saturated it with liquid latex again. Next, I'm going to be putting foundation just right along the rim, just to kind of blend my skin into my new skin. And now I'm just pulling little pieces apart, and I'm going in with a tweezers as well to help pull smaller pieces. And then once it's all dry, we start painting. So I'm going in at the lowest points of my face, so like where the fresh skin would be, and I'm putting basically a bruised red color. It's like a red purpley color. Then I'm gonna go over my whole face with a gray mixed with this red color. So it's gonna look like dead, disgusting, gross skin. And I just kind of slather that all over my face to give it a base color. I just want to make sure that there's absolutely no white or yellow pieces left. And make sure you move little pieces around to make sure you're getting all of the spots. I also mixed this reddish, gross kind of blood color with a little bit of black in some points to give it an even darker, kind of infected look. The point of this whole look is to be disgusting, so the grosser it looks, the better. I did also peel a little bit of my skin back right there by my temple, as you can see, so that creates kind of another hole. Alright, next I'm going in with a red and blue to make a purple mixture, and then also I added some black in there. So I'm not really sure at this point what color blood this would be, but I just wanted to darken up some of those low spots. This blackish blood color is also going to work really well once we put our actual blood on there. So it's going to give it a darker base, making the fake blood look more real. Next I'm using Mayron Stage Blood, and I'm just putting that on a paintbrush and putting that in any low spots that I have, and eventually I kind of just throw it all over those dangly gross bits, because if those were pieces of flesh, they would definitely be bloody. This is stage blood, so it doesn't dry and it drips. If you wanted to get a different kind of blood, I would recommend scab blood, because that stays kind of more in the area that you put it in. This is where I just put it all over. It felt like I was kind of putting it on a beard or something. And then once your hands are nice and bloody and disgusting, we're gonna go in with a sponge that is, it's like a bristle sponge. and just go ahead and pat that directly down and up to get this blood spattered look. And that's it, that's the end. Now make sure your hair looks on fleek, because you can't go out with a bad hair look when your face is half exploded. So there you go, that's the end. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave a comment and I will answer them right away. Bye.